Hey y'all, welcome back to Voice of the Students. I'm your host Mikey,
And I'm your host, Ali.
and today we have.
What's up, everybody? My name is Kilby Anthony. I am the marketing manager and events coordinator for Grizzly Dining here at GGC.
And today we're just going to ask him a couple questions, see how what it's like from Grizzly Dining, just so that we can get a couple of specifics out there and promote you guys, of course. So first question, you kind of already answered, but can you go a little bit more in depth on what you do for marketing?
All right. My job here at GGC is to market our events and features that happen in the Grizzly Dining Hall, at Starbucks, Chick-fil-A, the General Store, and the GGC Cafe. So all of our retail locations, and coming soon will be Panda Express. My job is to listen to the students and make your vision come true, and so also listen to the partners here at GGC and see how we can collaborate and bring new events and features or repeat events and features to the Grizzly Dining Hall and to our students here. And so that primarily is what I'm responsible for, building relationships, networking, managing the social media, websites, and campaigning for events. Yeah.
Okay. Cool beans.
Yeah. So what do you do? What do you anticipate for the semester? And like at any point during your time here at GGC?
Well, at GGC, what I anticipate doing is, again, bringing you guys cool events and features. Some of the things that we have planned this year are cooking classes. We have fine dining events, which we bring a new experience to the dining hall, which we're going to aim to do that once a month. But we have these fine dining experiences where students can come in and faculty can come in and eat something outside of the norm that's served in a dining hall. Typically in a dining hall, there's your pizzas and salads and things of that sort. We want to bring you filet mignon and steak and vegan Napoleons and just a variety of different foods that you would possibly eat at a fine dining restaurant. Some of the other things that we're doing, of course, one of the things that I like to do is paint, and I think a lot of the students here, they like to paint. So we do paint parties and karaoke nights and vibes at Starbucks and really incorporating the students here. That's my job, is to incorporate the students here and utilize you guys' talents. So my objective, again, bringing new things to our campus, but also tapping back into some of our other programming, such as Veggie Bond or Soul Town, which are food events, food festivals that occur maybe 2 days out of the week, or sometimes 3 or 4 days out of the week, where we celebrate a specific cultural food or a specific type of food, and we bring it to the students and offer you guys something different. So we'll be looking forward to a lot of new things, and also incorporating some of our old programming events to still make the dining experience fun and exciting.
Okay. I know the semester just started, but do you already have plans for next semester?
Plans for next semester, I have not thought that far in advance. So no, I don't have plans for next semester. So if you're listening to this and you have plans for next semester, feel free to reach out to me in Building A and let's collaborate.
Okay. So are you like the person to go for complaints, or is there a platform for like complaints or suggestions that student can use?
Well, that's a good question. In the dining hall, there's actually a You Spoke, We Listened, which is a campaign that we've curated to make sure that we can accommodate your needs and to listen to our students' requests, issues, challenges, even the good things that happen. If there's something that you like at the dining hall, there was a great experience. We don't just welcome complaints or challenges. We also want to hear good feedback as well. Let us know what you're thinking about the food, so on and so forth. So that we do have a campaign to address needs of our students. Am I the person to go to for complaints? Not necessarily, right? But I am willing to do what I can to make sure that everyone has a good experience, and to make sure that I'm listening to take your information and your concerns back to my team members, and to make sure that we are living up to our promise and our fulfillment, which is our mission to bring you guys healthy food options and to make sure that you have a memorable and enjoyable experience. In regards to complaints or challenges, We have a great, awesome chef that you can reach out to. He's always in the dining hall, and if you have a question or complaint, speak to him. There's also staff managers down there, and you can come to myself. So I would say anybody that's a part of our dining experience, if they're a supervisor, manager, a director, any of that sort, we welcome all of your concerns. You can also email us at grizzlydining@ggc if you have any questions and complaints. You can direct messages on social media. And there's a lot of times where we do have individuals who reach out to us that way. And I try to make it my best to respond and to give you guys an answer and feedback. We do listen to the questions or complaints, and we are trying to make a difference. And I think that this semester, although it's been a short few weeks, you can see some new improvements.
Okay. And to get a little bit personal.
Sure.
What do you do outside of your job here at GDC?
Outside of my job at GGC, I actually do the same thing. I do marketing. I'm a independent consultant, or some people would say a sole proprietor or entrepreneur. I like to think of myself as a creative director. That is really my focus and passion in life, which is to design things digitally, to consult with clients and give them new strategies and ideas on their business. So I work with a variety of people in different industries, ranging from food and the food and beverage industry to the beauty industry to wellness and health. I have clients that are pastors. I have clients that are, again, entrepreneurs in Atlanta and California, New York. So my portfolio is kind of diverse, but that's what I like to do outside of work. You know, I work outside of work.
Okay, so this is more like, so what brought you to GGC?
Well, what brought me to GGC, one was, and I know this is a very interesting story, when I seen the job post, I seen Terrence J. And he's responsible for a program, and for those who, let me just backtrack, for those who don't know who Terrence J is, Terrence J got his start at 106 in Park as a host. And at the time that he became the host, I wanted to be the host on 106 in Park. I just didn't have his courage to go out there and, do the audition. And I'm very proud of him. So when I seen the job post and I went onto Aladdin's website, I saw that he was there. And I read through their description and just getting more information about GGC, I thought it would be a good opportunity for me to, join the team and see what this is all about. I come from, a cosmetic industry background, and I previously ran an actual school, a cosmetic school here in Atlanta, and I've helped other beauty entrepreneurs start their schools and things like that. So I've been in the private, if you will, sector of education, and so now I'm in the higher learning part of it. So it's pretty exciting.
That's pretty cool. So where were you before you got here to GDC?
Before I got to GGC, this was during COVID. So I got to GGC, I've been here for about 6 months now. I was working for myself and again, partnering with different companies here in Atlanta, doing marketing, event planning, product development, website building, so on and so forth. That's what I was doing. But prior to that, as I mentioned, I worked for a cosmetic school, and we grew the business to being a multi-million-dollar company here in Atlanta, where we train thousands of students. I've spoken to hundreds of individuals who are just like yourself that want to start a career, or they're in their career and they feel stuck. They want to make a career change. So my objective was to, let them know how they could be profitable in the beauty industry, what classes and services we offered them, and how they can really transform their lives. And fortunately, I have been able to work with a lot of my former students who have made that decision to go ahead and start their own practice or partner with other organizations. And so aside from the graphic design and social media and all of that thing that I do a lot of business consulting to help individuals really get a idea of their career, where they want to take it, and how to do that.
All right. So, as you just say, you went in the cosmetic industry. So what was the transition from from the cosmetic industry to now at GDC?
Well, the transition is to me, very smooth, because being a person that's in marketing, I believe that you should know how to market almost any industry, and you should be able to market almost any product. I think product knowledge is always key. And the transition for me was just a learning curve. Coming into an organization that partners with a large school as such, a college as such, that was, I guess, my, how do I say this? My adjustment period, right? Like just trying to figure this all out. Like I'm being immersed back into a huge environment, a corporate environment. This is really, really big. You have multiple email accounts and multiple people that you have to deal with and learn different principles and practices that have to be done here while listening to the students' voices, while listening to this and that, and implementing your own strategies and your own personal touch to what you do. That has been probably that's been a little bit of my roadblock, if there is one, with a transition from coming out of the beauty industry into the food and service industry. But I'm up for the challenge, and I think that so far it has been very good to me, being able to do what I do. Hope I answered your question.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I like that. Has anybody approached you and asked you like a weird question that you could answer, but it was still a weird question?
That's a weird question. I would say that would be the weirdest question. In terms of a weird question, I mean, I don't think there has been a weird question that anyone has proposed to me or asked me. Me personally, I like to give my personal advice on life and some of my experiences. And I believe that experience is the best teacher for us all. But there comes a point in life where you don't have to experience things to learn the lesson. People have already experienced them. And if they're giving you adequate advice, if they're being a mentor or a teacher, I think it's important to listen to them so you can avoid the experience but learn the outcome and the lesson of an experience. And I'm sure you guys can probably relate because that's what you do all day in class, right? Everyone's providing an answer. And so with the different answers, that's one's experience, that's one's thoughts. And while you don't have to take that advice or take that lesson, it does give you insight on how to deal with whatever they may be dealing with. So questions, I'm open to questions. And again, if you ask me a question, I'm going to give you my honest answer. And if it's something that's inappropriate, I just won't answer it.
That's a good answer.
I guess, as you say, you're a marketing consultant. You're probably going to charge for advice, but what type of marketing advice that you would give? Let's say, we have a lot of marketing students. What type of advice would you give them?
I would say to be a student of all things. Don't watch commercials or TV just to watch it. There's always a reason why you're watching something. Connect with the emotion of the art that you are creating. And make sure that the art that you're creating sends the specific message that you want it to send to your audience. And what I mean by that is, as a digital creator, when you're creating, what does that post say to the person? How does the font speak to them? How does the color make them feel? These are very, very important things in marketing. Marketing has a big component of psychology to it. And not just psychology, but we go into a bit of sales. So there's a lot to marketing that I think for young people who are getting into it, it's not just picking up a camera, taking a photo, or going into a Canva, easier software to use to create a post. Marketing encompasses a wide variety of techniques and tools to really make your strategy work and make your vision come to life. So my advice would be, just be a student and learn as much as you can. Research trends. Make sure what you're following, the hashtags and the people you're following are things that you want to learn or people you want to be like. Research. Always look at job applications or job posts and see what is this employer looking for in a candidate, what software or what program or what specific degree or certification they want, and figure out how you can incorporate that into your future. Again, it may not be something a class you can take right now. It took me a very long time to become a certified graphic designer because I felt like I can do it on my own. But I knew at a point I had to go back to school to learn specifically graphic design to increase and make myself more marketable in graphic design or marketing, or just being a creative director, a creative person. So again, my biggest piece of advice would be a student always. Don't look at things or post things or watch things just because, but look at it with intent.
Okay, I like that answer. That's a good answer. If I were an entrepreneur and I had a product, and I'm just starting out, how would I go about speaking to you, or how would you go about like pitching it to others? Would you be the person to pitch it for me or with me, or how would that go about that?
Well, that would depend on a few things. Pitching an idea or a person's brand would require me learning the brand and being vested into the brand in order to be a strong salesperson for you or partner for you. For someone who's just starting a brand or they have a product that they're developing, I always encourage people is to know the product, know what the product entails. Does it require MSD sheet? Is your product organic? Is it something that's environmental friendly? Is it gender neutral? Is it something that's lively? What makes it stand out? Is it different? So there's a lot of things that when we're analyzing a product, if someone brings it to me, I would look at from different points of views. The first thing that I would immediately look at is how does this product make me feel when I immediately look at it? Before opening it, before testing it or tasting it or seeing it, playing with it, whatever the product is, how does it make me feel just by its packaging, just by its presentation? And that is the first step, I believe, to selling. And so I would look at a variety of things of that, and I always tell people, let me see your logo. If you have one, and let's see how does the logo speak to the consumer. And me being a person that if someone's consulting with me, I don't have a bias. I don't have an opinion about your brand. I'm just gonna look at it from a consumer standpoint and give you my personal and then professional feedback.
Let me see. So, I guess this is more kind of like, I'm going to come a little back. So, I know you just had like an event, I believe it was on the 21st, 22nd, is it like karaoke and
Yes,
stuff?
karaoke.
So, can you tell us a little more about like how did that go?
Karaoke was cool, I think that with any event, right? Being an event planner, you have to be one that can step back and assess the event, right? So when you ask how did it go, the first thing is, well, the event has to occur, and then you do have to have time to assess it. And that assessment can come from a personal standpoint. It can come through feedback from the attendees. It can come back based on the number of attendees or goals that we set. So I measure things differently based on the events, based on how many times we've done the event, the marketing efforts and endeavors and so on and so forth. To answer that question specifically, I think karaoke was fun. It was cool. It's something that we're trying to build, especially for our resident students who on Sundays may not have anything to do, or they may be coming back from a trip over the weekend and they want to have something to do. What my objective is to bring programming to individuals who stay on campus. And sometimes you may not have anything to do on a Sunday. You may not have been fortunate enough to go away, or you didn't want to go away. So we just want to make sure that you have an opportunity to do something here on the weekends other than studying, other than doing your typical 7:30 a.m. to 7:30 at night, or sometimes 9 o'clock at night schedule. Hope I answered your question.
Oh yeah.
Kind of.
What are what is a reoccurring event? Like, do you have something that you did last semester that is coming back this semester?
Okay. Definitely our paint party. This time what I want to do is make sure that we can do these at least once a month. Something that we did in the past that we're doing again is celebrating our birthdays. So really what I would like to do every month is celebrate birthdays here on campus. And I just want to just put a little asterisk if we can. All of our events are subject to alter or change, and those things do happen from time to time. It is not something that we obviously want to happen, and typically that doesn't happen. But there are times where things will alter or change based on circumstances or situations that may arise. And we do try to give fair and adequate or ample notice of those changes. And it might be just something as simple as maybe a menu change or a food item change. But a reoccurring theme would be birthdays, celebrating birthdays, paint parties, our So Good program, which highlights a specific food or fruit. Well, really from the seed to the table, that's the So Good program. So this month we celebrated tomatoes, and next month we'll be celebrating apples. And basically the So Good program is designed to give you guys information on, a specific food that literally is grown from a seed to the table, and allow you to get information about it. It might be recipe cards. It might be just general information as to where these tomatoes came from or how many tomatoes are there. So it's just a great way to connect students with organic foods and healthy food options and giving them information about it.
Yeah, I mean, I would agree. I was there last semester, like the paint party and stuff. So, definitely recommend everyone to go there. It's really relaxing, especially I believe it was at the end of semester almost.
Yeah, we did one at the end of semester, and I know we did that one for Cinco de Mayo, and we did also, my first one was Earth Day. I think you came to Earth Day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I came for the Cinco de Mayo, but I just took the canvas. And
oh yeah, I remember. Okay, yeah.
Yeah. I had to go to class, but I was I like to paint, so I was can I get a canvas? So yeah, I was did it come out great? Probably not, but it was still really relaxing, and I think a lot of students like that on campus. They're even other events that they have painting and stuff. It's really there used to be an event in the game room. We used to do each month called Art Relief. So basically, nice. We used to have the same canvases each month, and students will come and paint and stuff. So it was some of them they just have just lines, but we used to interview them after that and be hey, how did you like it? And it was they enjoyed it. It was stress free. They just kind of forget about everything they were worried about. And so yeah, I look forward to the paint party again.
Let's do it. We have one on Sunday, and again, my objective is to bring cool things here on campus. And with my department, we take care of the costs. For a lot of the things, we take care of the costs to make sure that you have an enjoyable event. So, come out on Sunday, free canvas, food, music, networking amongst your peers, get to know someone, and let's just vibe out.
Okay. Is there anything specific that you either recommend or you guys are trying to do to get more commuters to stick around or to come out?
Definitely events. I think events will help bring notoriety to the dining hall first. And then it's really going to be up to the remaining staff, which is our chef, our sous chefs, and our cooks, and our servers, and all the people who work very, very hard in the dining hall to make sure that it properly performs and it operates at its best functions. So I think what you guys can expect in the future is a better environment, a better experience. And that will be our first starting point to making sure commuters feel comfortable with wanting to stay, wanting to come back, wanting to spend more time outside of coming to school here. And so by incorporating events in the dining hall or at different places where we're serving food, it gives you an opportunity to say, hey, I can choose this event. Maybe this day I can't maybe go to every event this month, but at least I can choose this one to come to, or I can put 2 on the calendar for myself. So our objective is really, when it comes to commuters, is first make sure that our experience matches our mission, and to make sure that we can drive our programming events to make you feel like, hey, this is a place where I want to be. It's not just a cafeteria. It's not just a place where I'm coming to eat. It's a place where they have something going on. I didn't know they was going to have dominoes tonight. They're playing spades or they're playing Uno. I didn't know about that, but I'll stick around and hang out with my friends. You know what? Let me call some people. Let me send out a few text messages. Hey, they got this going on. Let's come on. Let's go chill. So that's really what we want to do. We want to make sure that you have an opportunity to not be stressed when you come to the dining hall, that you can kind of put some of your worries away, some of the stressors that school brings, studying, and so on and so forth. We really want you to kind of just come and be able to eat and have a good time with your peers and with us.
Yeah, like, I mean, you just talked about commuters, but like, I think just earlier we were talking about like resident, like, so yeah, that's something that's really nice as far, because I know, like you said, like Saturday and Sunday, there's really nothing much to do on campus.
Yeah.
So, you know, like probably like the most you can do maybe if you go to the gym or something, but like other than that, most of the people are just over there. And like, you know, instead of just like coming just to a dining hall just to eat, like they'll have an activity to do as well. So
Right.
stay a little longer, have some fun. So yeah, that's definitely like a new change that, like, you know, I think will be really beneficial for them. Because as we were talking about, like, I know college just started, but people
Yeah.
are already like, it's getting stressful. So, you know, I think it'll be really good for them.
Yeah, definitely. And like we talked about the paint parties and just different food cuisines, you know, there may be a specific tea that we may bring or a healthy choice that can help with relaxation or help with energy or help improve some other functions of the body. So that way, if you're in a stressful situation, hopefully it can help. Yeah.
I want to end it by sharing a story of the first time I actually met Kilby.
Uh-oh, okay.
So I was doing a thing that I had normally done last semester every day, but then I noticed that one of the vending machines started started overly freezing the drinks. And I thought it was funny, so I sent a post just for laughs. And I ended up tagging every like department that was in CISC. So I tagged dining, I tagged get involved, I tagged I think Greenlight as well. And the next day, I think it was either the next day or the day after, Kilby sees me and he notices that I was the one that posted that. So I was like, oh shoot. I didn't expect anything to come out from this, right? So, because I naturally I was like, okay, it's not exactly a bad thing that your drinks are too cold. It would be bad if it was too warm.
Correct.
But he wanted to do something about it, so I thought that was really cool. I was scared at first because I was like, did I do something wrong? But that was dope. I like that.
Man, I think it's very interesting, you know, like that you bring that up, because I think that's what makes a good person who's in marketing or a creative director of any of those sort of things, is to make sure we're looking at the customer's response, right? And so if something's being posted on social media, or if something's being left in a comment box, or if something's being written on our You Spoke, We Listen wall, it's my objective to make sure that those needs are being met. And if it's something that my department is responsible for, or if it's something that you guys are having a challenge with, as you mentioned earlier, what happens when there's a challenge? You know, who's the person that you reach out to? Well, again, like, it should be all of us. And so my objective is to take back your concerns and make sure that we address those things. And so while we're not in charge of or responsible for the vending machines, it is still a part of the dining experience. And so coming on board, being new, I wanted to hear your voice and also make sure I can collaborate with the auxiliary services and make sure that this is not occurring, and that our students feel comfortable when they go and they spend their money in the vending machine, that they're getting the right product at the right temperature. So appreciate it. You know, anybody you want to call us out, shout us out, you know, let us know what's going on. We definitely like things in private, but if it is something that has to be, and at times there are things that must be vocalized in public, we're willing to do whatever it takes to win your happiness and to win your business.
I think that's all the time we have. This was a beautiful experience. We
Cool,
appreciate you
thank
coming
you.
along.
No, I appreciate it. Yeah.
And before we go, is there any event besides Sunday? I know y'all got the paint party this Sunday. Is there any other event coming up that you want to promote?
There's always events. So no matter when you're looking at this, how late, how many months or weeks or days that this has been posted, there's always an event. And so we encourage you to check out our calendars throughout campus. They're generally posted in every building, especially, in your building D or building A, building B. They're always around. You can definitely come to the dining hall and ask about our events. You can follow us on Instagram, ggc_Grizzly Dining. You can email us. You can do what you need to do to stay connected to our events. And we'll do our best to make sure we're providing you with ample information. Check out the TV screens, the digital ads that are playing throughout campus, especially in our food court in Building A and downstairs in the dining hall. You'll be able to stay connected to all of our events. Again, not just now, but for the future as well. So we look forward to seeing you guys with all of our retail locations and in the dining hall. We look forward to servicing you as well.
Yeah, one thing I'll say, I'm the most excited for like Panda reopening again.
Yeah.
I've been telling everyone, and they all look excited. They're so excited. Panda's on. They're like, what? Free?
Yeah.
Yeah. So they're all like really excited for that. I think when does that open?
Panda should be opening in September. So we're looking to open Panda sometime in September. But we're looking to bring a few other things too, like to-go mobile ordering. We're reinstating our reusable to-go container program. So again, we're working really, really hard to make sure we can bring some new exciting things here around the food experience. So look out for Panda. I'm glad you mentioned that.
Yeah.
It's coming.
All right. Thank you very much, Kilby.
Appreciate it.
This has been Voice of the Students, and we're signing off.